Hi guys! Finally my sausage compilation video is up and running. Thank you for waiting. I've been eating sausages for weeks now it seems, and I'm getting a little sick to my stomach. But after all, thousands of people have requested this video and I was happy to oblige. I actually only Tata-chan and his wife asked me to do a video like this, but maybe there are some other people who would possibly be interested in the various kinds of sausage we have here in Austria. By all means, I only got a few variations in my video. It's not really all of the sausages we have here. I just picked the ones I like best. Please enjoy the video. Please do, seriously. Okay, those are Kaina, which are basically your basic Kaina sausage, but filled with cheese. If you don't have too much time on your hands, or if you just don't want to mess up your kitchen too much, you can just boil them like I did with this one. But the real treat is to pan fry them for a few minutes on each side after they are boiled, so some of the cheese oozes out and forms a nice crust. I like to serve them up with some horseradish. There's also the creamy version of horseradish. It's with actual cream, but I don't have that right now, so the usual horseradish has to do. It's really hot and spicy, so is this yellow kind of mustard. And I served it up also with some sweet mustard. Okay, let's cut them up. As you can probably see, there's some cheese inside of the sausage. Doesn't get much better than this, does it? And this is a Sacher sausage. Essentially, it's a big wiener, no pun intended. Voila! Now what I like to do is, I like to serve them up in some American style hot dog buns with some condiments like melted cheese, fried onions, ketchup mayo mixture, or American style mustard. These guys are Bianna sausages. They are filled with cheese and wrapped in bacon. And if you want to make them yourself, it's not too difficult. Just take a wiener, slice it in half, load it with cheese, wrap it in bacon, and there you go. You don't have to boil them or anything, just put them in a frying pan with a few drops of oil and fry the hell out of them until the bacon is crisp and brown. I think I burned it a little. Nice gooey cheese. I served them up with some chop and some what we call Salzgurken. It literally translates as salted cucumbers or salt cucumbers. They may look like pickles, but they are actually fermented and they have a very distinct taste. It's very salty obviously and very sour. And you can get Salzgurken twice the size of these at the local sausage huts, which are all over the city. And usually an order of Bianna sausages comes with a heap of fries, but I think I got more than enough calories with these guys, so I leave it at that. This sausage is called Debreziner. It kind of looks like a radish wiener, but it tastes totally different. It's rather spicy. Sorry. And yeah, you can serve it up like any other sausage. But what I like to do, once again, is to serve it up in some American style hot dog bun. And it goes really well with sauerkraut and pickles and honey mustard to work against all that spice. This kind of sausage I think doesn't need much introduction because it's pretty much known all over the world. It's the Bratwurst. They are actually pre-boiled so you don't have to boil them again. Just put them in a frying pan, add some oil and go crazy. There's also a thicker variation available on the market, which is, you guessed it, filled with cheese. But personally, as crazy as I am for cheese, I think the cheese doesn't go too well with the Bratwurst sausage's distinctive taste. But that's just my humble opinion. So I served them up with some Austrian style coleslaw. The difference between Austrian and American coleslaw is that the Austrian version doesn't have mayonnaise in it. It has some cumin and lots of pepper. I served it up with some sweet mustard and some regular mustard. This yellow mustard looks like the very hot and spicy mustard I used on the Kaina, but it's actually a different kind of mustard. Yeah, you can also serve them up with fried potatoes or sauerkraut, whatever floats your boat. Those are Buren sausages, Burenwürstel, and they are kind of fat. They have a very distinctive, a little spicy taste, and the texture is very, very fine. I served them up with some mayo potato salad. The usual Austrian style potato salad is without mayonnaise, but this one is. And with some onion mustard. It's like your regular yellow mustard, but yeah, you guessed it right, with little onion bits in it. This is your average Knockwurst. It's essentially like a thick wiener. And yeah, what I like to do is cut them in half like this. I already removed the skin on this one. I'll make some incisions. Crosswise. This is some of your average run-of-the-mill flour. And after that I'm gonna fry them. Not deep fry, just put them in a pan with some oil and fry them. And this is how they look like once they are fried. I served them up with some mashed potatoes and fried onions. And what I like to do is I like to add some of this herb salt. Included with the salt are 7 kinds of different herbs, from basil to rosemary to thyme, stuff like that. And I think they are called ugsburger if you fry them like that, but I'm not entirely sure. Traditionally you would serve them up with some cream spinach, a sunny side up egg, and some fried potatoes that are cut into tiny cubes and fried along with some onions. When I was in the army many years ago, that was one of your typical army meals they feed you there. Okay, this one is about the last sausage I will present, I think. Unless there are some specific requests in the future, of course, I'd be glad to oblige. This one's called the Vartfield. It's named after a region in the Austrian prefecture of Lower Austria. And the sausage itself is very coarse. And it's got a very, very dark color. And it's got a dark color because this kind of sausage is heavily smoked. And I only made this one, and my whole apartment smells like the inside of a smoker right now. And that's also the way it tastes, pretty much. I can only eat one of them at once, If I eat 2 of them, I feel bloated for like 2 days. They are really heavily smoked, and I really, as much as I like the flavor, I think my stomach doesn't like it too much. But anyway, that's how it is. Of course, there are also some sausages that you don't need to prepare at all. You can just eat them out of the package, like this one. The Landjäger. Basically, it's raw, it's just dried and smoked. Of course, there are tons of variations on this one, like the chain of sausage happiness, or the Cabanossi, not as heavily smoked, but comes with a tough bite. Or the Mountaineer, the Bergsteiger, cut in slices from an even bigger sausage. Okay, finally it's done. Of course, like I said in the beginning, there are many other kinds of sausage and many variations of the sausages I have shown. For example, the Käsekreiner and also some other variations. They are mostly made of pork, or 100% made of pork, but they're also available in wild boar, and if you don't eat pork for whatever reason, you can get them made from turkey or even chicken. Also, there are some other sausages that are totally different, like the Bratwurst, the blood sausage. Basically it's made from blood and flour, and you can eat it just like that. Or you can make a Blunzengröstel, which uses slices of the blood sausage, the Blutwurst, fried with potatoes and onions and stuff like that. It's also very traditional, but I'm just not too much into blood and guts, sorry. Okay, that's about it. If you have any specific requests or are missing something, you name it, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. See you next time.